Another Ninja Tune release that I want to review. Only just reviewed that DJ Seinfeld album, which was pretty good, but we have another one through Machinedrum. You'd think I was getting paid by Ninja Tune, but I'm not. But the label is just that good and that worthwhile that it's very hard to avoid great artists such as DJ Seinfeld and Machinedrum, who has dropped a new EP. Unexpected to get some more music from him this year until he did announce it and then release the track Only One. It was a nice surprise, but I guess given that he gave us such a great album last year, that it was unlikely that we'd get any more music. But no, he's out here again. Only One was the lead single. Love this track. It is just so good. The beat is nutty and mad. It's just all over the place. It's skittering, it's scattering, it's clattering, it's and the vocals are like, only one, only one, only one. Oh man, such a good track. Another great addition to Fantastic Songs in Machinedrum's catalogue. Like, there's just so many at this point. He could put out a greatest hits compilation. It's a great opener to this EP. I do think it's easily the best track. Not to say that everything that comes after it is bad, because that is not true. But I think in terms of the high quality, the high energy that this track provides, is really hard to match. But it's good to see him delve more into that hip-hop side of him on the track Stone Age, which features a rapper who I don't know much about, De Niro. He sounds okay. Like, I think what he provides on this track is a nice atmosphere to the sort of tone of his voice. He brings a sort of smoothness, which I really like. Reminds me of like early Najabes and, you know, maybe even early Little Brother. That kind of like soulful, I'm just going to sit down and chat to you kind of thing. Especially Najabes, because it does have that kind of similar sort of instrumental backing it as well, and kind of has the soulful edge of a Little Brother track. Of course, we know Najabes was pretty prolific in bringing on random rappers on so many tracks that are quite difficult to name because they're not really big names, and I feel like this is a similar kind of song. Wouldn't necessarily say all his bars are great though, not that I necessarily think, you know, I'm listening to the track for that really, but where he says the towers are Eiffel, I think that's pretty corny. And it's also kind of corny as well where he says, people say I'm too conscious, but I'm the GOAT for real. It doesn't really back it up with many great lyrics across the track, to be honest, but I don't mind him. I think his sort of tone and his warmness adds a lot to sort of just end up tipping the balance, and you end up liking him anyway. Love the breakdown on Inner Ear though. We get more back into the kind of high energy electronic stuff after this track. Like I say, he's delving a bit more into hip-hop. We noticed that on his last album, but of course he is still Machinedrum, and he's going to give us the machine and the drums. Inner Ear is another slapper as well. The way it breaks down that section where it kind of goes like, kind of goes warped and weird, reminds me quite a bit actually of Melt by Kelly Lee Owens. Now that's a track, that's a track right there. Melt by Kelly Lee Owens. Oh my god, that's still one of the best songs of last year. So anything that could remind me of that is obviously a good thing. I like the track Figueroa as well. It has a fun little melody to it. It kind of feels like very off-kilter and quirky, the kind of way it's progressing and sort of like moving forwards in quite an odd way. But I like it. I like the way he kind of structured this track. It just feels like he's sort of playing around with things here, and it's working. And the final track as well kind of feels a bit outer space-ish at points. It's super buzzy, it ignites as well in such a great way, and then it kind of like, you know, cools down towards the end of the track in a sort of like starry-eyed atmospheric way. It's quite cool. Overall, it's a good EP, a really good crop of tracks, honestly. Like, you can't really go wrong with this, especially if you're a fan of him. I wouldn't necessarily say it's his best work to date or anything like that, but it's just a really good, fun EP that I think is just another addition to this year's EP catalogue. I don't know what it is this year, but there's just so many good EPs that are coming out. It's quite a strange thing for 2021, but keep your eye out, honestly, on any EPs I've reviewed, because there's so many. The quality is great as well, and this is just another one of those EPs that I'm going to have to sort of sit down and think, how am I going to rank my best EPs of the year list? Because there's so much competition that even an EP like this could even miss out on my general top 10 list, which is sad to see. But hopefully it sticks around, and I still think it's really worth your time anyway, particularly the tracks like Only One, for example. That's so good. So yeah, listen to this, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't if you have heard it, if you haven't heard it already, do go listen to it. Then when you listen to it, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. As always, do have a good day, and goodbye.